Hey fast fellas, SpeeDMan here. Quick recap of abilities here. You can see with Metanoia, very, very good adjacency bonuses. We're going to go ahead and do some more work here with this war. There we go. We should be safe from attacks, so we're not going to be in a bad position there, so we're going to be okay. Alliance level Genghis Khan increase, not a problem. And we will go ahead and get that up and running. I'm actually just going to fortify until this unit is healed. And we're going to continue on the tree that we're pushing for, so it's not a problem. The war will be over by the time we can upgrade any units, so we're just going to make use of the units that we have and just utilize that as well as possible. We are very few turns away from getting access to Cold War. We are 3 turns away, so we're actually going to get it ahead of target. We're going to get it at turn 167, so that is fantastic. I'm very, very happy about that. There's the industrial era. Okay, so here's going to be the pickup here. What just happened? Gain sources. Okay, so what we could do here is we can either ferment unrest or do the cheeky thing, and we could go risky here. That's going to take 8 turns. By the time this war is over, I'm honestly going to be in a position where I want to get rid of this governor, so I'm going to go ahead and take a chance there. It's a low cost spy, so I'm not super worried about the spy. We will keep the city. We could also do this. Our traders cannot be plundered. That might be the safest option for us if we want to continue on our trade situation. So let's go ahead and do that one. And we will go here. You can see that war is still raging on against the Kree, so that's perfect. That is giving us a really, really good position. Now that we have Cold War, what we're going to do is immediately we're going to pass on this one. That one's kind of meh. Honestly, I'm going to pass on this one as well. And so there's the city walls. You can see those walls are now down. And we will go ahead and take with this one. There we go. So that's another city converted. And we will immediately move you over. So we can see this will be much less negative. So that is good. And then we can go ahead and repair that monument in 4 turns. That'll give us a little bit of loyalty, and that'll help. There we go. Okay, so we have loyalty in this city. We will put a monument in just so that way we can hold on to this city a little bit more effectively. I'm glad I invested in that because Pachacudi, if he did that, he would have declared war, and that would have been like a worst case scenario. So very glad that happened to work out the way it did. We've got 3 envoys here. So we have some very, very good opportunities here to kind of place a couple envoys into some spots. Yerevan, by doing this would open up a little bit more of our faith generation. So if I go 6 here, it's going to get us up to 699.9 faith per turn. So I am very happy to take that. You can see that his city converted back, so he is getting some positive loyalty from that. He won't be able to hold on to it for very long. See, this is the one right here, Indy. This will be a very, very good one. So we'll go ahead and get this one set up here. And we'll push up here and then do Indy. And we have a position here that works very well for what we're going to need to do. Here we go. Glamrock is done in that one, so the next and final one is going to be all the way over here. It's not the end of the world. We're down to 31 turns, so we're cutting into that pretty deeply. And what we could do is get a couple more of these rock bands out. So next turn I'll buy another rock. And what the heck, I'll buy one over here. There. So I have a couple more rock bands. We'll see if they get good promotions, and we'll just kind of bring them over. There we go. So that will definitely help us. We've got ourselves a landscape piece here that we can utilize. So we'll bring that over. And all we have to do is eventually get lucky and go for one more landscape here. Religious portrait. Okay, so we have the option to get some portrait pieces going as well. I'm going to go ahead and buy this. Next one after that is all landscape, so we could simply get that off the other two, so that's fine. That'll be good for us, so we could utilize that. We've got ourselves another amphitheater complete. So what we could do here in that position is we could go ahead and focus on either research, or not research, theater square festivals, or we could do a little bit more here. You can go there. And now the city is starting to convert. We will just very much invest in getting the city to convert. So at this point, what we could do is we can go ahead and end this war. Make those cities concede. And that will be that. So that's enough of an investment. I did, unfortunately, I did a little over-invest a little bit in this war. That's not a problem. We can live without that gold. His loss of loyalty here is enough to where you can see he's not going to be able to hold these cities, but I will be getting him. So a little tip for anyone in a situation like this: you find yourself trying to do this and be a bit more optimal. What I would do next time, like I could be a little bit better about this, is be a bit more cautious about just ending the war a little earlier and using the loyalty as a means for us. So I wasn't sure if the loyalty was going to go in our favor. We could take advantage of that. So we will go ahead and do that. Let's make some more alliances. Those will be the alliances that help finish the game off. So it's going to be very nice for us to focus on that.
The natural history of this archipelago, several closely situated.
Oh, wow.
Museum.
Okay, so we've got Hermitage, so we're going to go ahead and actually do our first charge here. That way we can get that going. That's going to give us a little bit more of our initial tourism. And we have some nice options here. I actually want to go ahead and in Newcastle, I'm going to swap this over. And where is it? Oh, there it is. Petra. And so Petra is going to be a nice play for us. We'll go into that. We'll let this complete so we can get that excess tourism into it. And we'll get properly started with that. We'll click on that so we can prioritize production. We will go to that. We'll go into that. And this should make Petra like 16 turns. 15. Okay, perfect. So that's another wonder. This is 10 turns, so that's 2 more wonders right there. And 14 turns away from that. That'll get done in time, so that's perfect. So that means pretty much a lot of the wonders that we're wanting to build are all going to get done well in time. So we're okay there. Not at all a concern. We're going to pass up on this one. I want to see if we can eventually pick up a really good one. This we will buy. Reggae Rock. Okay, so we'll have to go here. This is Indy. And we'll actually make our way over here because we can help convert this city faster. That'll actually force the city into complete loyalty loss. So we'll go ahead and do that just to make sure we get that city converted over a little bit faster. Exciting though. That city is losing its loyalty, so that'll go disloyal. Means he loses his capital. He will probably get his loyalty back. That's why I wanted to go to one of these cities. This city is about to lose its loyalty as well, so that's 2 cities that he's about to lose. He's only going to have Bendigo, so by converting and working on that, could potentially either eliminate him or just put enough pressure to be able to kind of take more of his cities. Getting 2 of these cities is going to be really good though, so I'll happily do that. I'm going to move over here. Awesome, so that is going to be good. That's going to apply a little bit of religious pressure as well in the long term. 2 cities converted. Perfect.
Distracted from distraction.
So there's social media. So of course what we're going to do is a very, very critical decision. We're going to take this off. We're going to see our boosts increase a good bit. So that's 100. And that'll definitely be nice. So that 100 could potentially bring us over a little bit more of a benefit here. Good, we can actually get that done a little sooner. And let's see here. We will make an industry there, because by making an industry there, we could potentially get an additional set of yields, and that potentially could shave another turn off, opening up our options just a little bit. Just a little bit. In a game situation like this, I like options.
If you can walk away
We have
from a
polite.
land, I shall
We have
return
environmentalism.
again.
How much that's going to help us in the next 4 turns, I don't know. Radio is a ways off. That's going to be a tough one to get to. Technically, yes, we could go for a corporation, but it's going to be kind of a delayed process. And the only great merchant that I really want is going to be whatever comes after this, if it's going to be a tourism-related one. So I'm going to play off of that, and I would rather play off of that. It just doesn't make sense to invest in something that we're not going to get value out of. What a waste, though. We'll go back, and basically we'll just go and pick up envoys where we can. That way we get some value out of this whole situation, and then eventually we can go back and do stuff further down the tree. But for the time being, there's not very much that we'll be getting value from. The stuff is a little ways off, and these other really, really good civics are going to be pretty far away.
One day there will be no board.
There's globalization. Let's see, where are the trade routes going? So Pachacuti has one, Genghis Khan has one, Poundmaker has one. Let's do one to Gandhi so we can get a little bit more pressure towards him.
Radio is the theatre of the mind.
Back down to 5 turns. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad at all.
This, though best beloved.
Still pushing for dominance here. Just getting delayed, but still pushing for it. We're closing in on that victory. We are... Oh, we won. Cool. Yay! We won! Our Winter Wonderland Challenge has come to a close. Freaking finally! Oh, God, that took a lot longer than it should have. There it is.
The worth of a culture is not measured by its accomplishments, but in how those accomplishments last.
Well, that was a good game. We got ourselves a pretty solid culture victory. We did not get a sub 200. This was a bit trickier because, again, compared to like Sundita Kita, his abilities are extremely broken. So getting the amount of tourism that you can get much earlier is a lot more possible. But this is definitely like, there are a few things I could have done different, The wonders, honestly, at the end, like the Broadway and Cristo Redentor, were both taken. So unfortunately, I did lose a lot of tempo from that. If I was optimizing my tempo a little bit more and a bit more careful, I probably could have gone from 200 to 210 instead of 217. But otherwise, we did a pretty good job. We overall played as well as we could and played very well in the early to mid game. Made some late games mistakes, but that's okay. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun doing the series. We definitely accomplished another victory, so I'm very happy about that. It's definitely tricky in some ways, but definitely possible. So in the case of running Theodora, she's a very, very good civ, so you should have a lot of fun playing as her. If you want to give this a try, I would very much recommend doing a more tundra-based map and then try to build lots of holy sites with a Dance of the Auroras. And give that a try. If you enjoyed watching this video, hit that like button and subscribe. It's been a lot of fun doing this series, and I'm glad to do this for you guys. All right, so we just recently built this, and here's the kicker about this, right? So there's 20% science and 10% production in all cities. If there are 5 snow or snow hills tiles within 3 tiles of a city owned by this player, the yields of that extra science and production are doubled. So that means the city is able to have a 40% boost to science and 20% boost to production. So think about that. A lot of these little cities here are now going to be getting much more yield potential. And so we can see here that 40% from modifiers down in the bottom there, that's where that's coming from. So just wanted to kind of show you a little tidbit here with this particular great engineer here being a super useful one. Thank you for watching this little bonus clip. I just wanted to throw that in there for you guys.